welcome back to the channel, guys. It's your host, Frank. Welcome back. Yeah, I'm alive. Yeah, no, it's been a while. It's been a couple. It's been like a month, man. I'm sorry, guys. Man, it's hard to get motivated. I got like the last couple of my videos, I got like 3 views. So, we're a small channel around here. So yeah, today. Oh, anyway, if you're new here, welcome. And if you wouldn't mind subscribing, or if you don't like it, hey man, just move on. You don't like this, hey, sure, man, don't worry about it, bro. All right, but today, April 2nd, Liberation Day. What is Liberation Day? Yeah, I know. Like a week back or 2 weeks back, I was like, what is he talking about? Yeah, so if you guys haven't caught up, but apparently now, nobody wanted to play ball with us, because every country in the world just it's a tax all right on us, but they tariff our products, and so their products, when they sell them here, look cheap, right? So then when we try to sell our stuff, they don't buy it over in those other countries because they tariff the heck out of it, right? So they're, the local currency, right? Because the dollar is quote unquote strong. Well, I think you guys know it's whatever. The dollar purchasing power is losing, but if you compare it to other currencies, it's actually pretty strong, right? So the local currency, right? Like let's say it's in Japan might be a bad example, but China, prime example, China, okay? So over there, right, those people don't make a lot of money in Chinese currency, right? So when something that we would sell here, so let's say it's like, $20, over there it's like if they would have paid like $500, right? So that's why our products don't sell. I should say that's a part. It's not the only thing, but like China, I think is, I don't know, it's like 70%. So if we sell it for like $20, they're gonna tack on like it'll be almost $40 over there, and the average person makes like a couple bucks a day, right? So, but anyway, yeah. So he has this big list, right? And it was actually kind of nice to kind of at least show like what countries are tearing up, and it's everyone. There's probably not one country not tariff. Now again, there's probably always tariffs for everybody, right? But there's some on there, and the percentages are pretty bad. They're really high. And what's funny is it says, what's the word? Sorry, guys. It's almost my bedtime. It's time for me to go to bed. Reciprocal. That's it. Yeah. So every country, whatever their tariff rate is on our products, like we're going to propose a tariff, but it's not even anywhere near what they're tearing up. So even though we're putting tariffs on their stuff, it's not even to the same extent, right? So they gave us 2 black eyes. We're just giving them 1 black eye, and everyone's crying. I mean, yeah, is there going to be impact? Oh, yeah, and that's what I'm getting into today's video, right? Okay, so, right, we can't do anything about it, right? Again, maybe you don't like this, right? You don't like Trump, whatever, right? Get out of here. Get out of this channel. Go to a different country, right? You like communism? Go to China, right? Go to Vietnam. You think men are bad, right? You ladies go to Iran, Pakistan, Saudi Arabia. They'll put you in your place. Literally, they'll put you in your place. If you talk, you go to jail, or right? So hey, man, you think we're bad? Go over there. Just please, I'm done with your bullshit. All right, but anyway, you would think the market would have sold off. Nah, I will say the market was kind of crazy in the last 2 weeks, right? There's a whole bunch of reasons why it's going up and down, right? But yeah, I mean, the dollar index went down, but the rest of the market overall didn't. It closed up, right? And it's pretty nominally, right? But the swings of the days have been pretty big. So it it would open up at this level, go high, then come low, then come back and up and down, and then finally like, oh, it just, it's almost like unchanged, right? But gold and silver looking pretty good. Gold is ridiculous. I don't know what's going on with gold. Maybe it's trying to find its real value, which is probably about 25 grand. I'm not kidding. Some people say it's higher than that, right? So if you try to have a certain gold price to match the outstanding debt, which is it only 100 trillion? And anyway, but yeah, if you try to back like 50% of you'd have to have a gold price of around probably 50,000, but they won't. Well, I don't know. We'll see what the banks want. They've been hoarding all the gold too, so they sort of kind of don't care if 1% of the population has has 20 ounces of gold. They're like, yeah, whatever. But yeah, coming down the pike, right? I mean, I don't know, guys. Like, what do you guys buy, right? I've been telling you guys on this channel, right? Like, if you reduce your spending, right, then tariffs shouldn't impact you nearly as much, right? I will say, and it's, because I just got that new car, right? So, like, hey. Yeah, I will say, if you guys need a big ticket item, you don't have to buy it right away, right? Like, I mean, tariffs were going to take a while to actually see come to us right now. Some stores, they'll use it as, I mean, here's another thing, right? You're going to have stores increase prices even though they're not affected by the tariffs. That every business will try to milk every little dollar from us, okay, guys? So, there's fake news, real news, right? There's real tariffs, and then, we'll just blame, oh, hey, it's like every quarter that comes by, right? Oh, yeah, inflation, right? So now guess what? The next 12 months, it's going to be tariffs, right? But, yeah, I mean, don't go crazy, but if you need a new car or something that is not really made here in the United States, that's big ticket item, right? So, I mean, I didn't necessarily buy that car because of tariffs, but hey, timing-wise, it looks pretty good, right? But yeah, just kind of think about that. But like overall, like, I don't know. I've been telling you guys to, save your money. Don't try to keep your spending to a very, very, very minimum. And then, be prepared, right? Like, I don't know. Like I said, I always try to have things on hand here. I always, for 2020, right? I was a prepper beforehand. So a lot of the things, like when they said shut down, I'm like, hey, I don't have to go anywhere and get anything, right? Like I had food, and I had two extra people living here, right? And we didn't have to go to the store or anything like that, right? We actually went to the store for, my mom needed some stuff. She had like 2 paper towel rolls and like 1 toilet. I'm like, you gotta be joking, right? So, anyway, you try to help your family out where you can, but just come on, man. Try to have at least something on hand for like a week. Like, if you guys need to go to the store, like, you guys know I don't want to go to the store. I try to go to the store like once a month if I can. But fruits and certain things don't last long, and milk doesn't last a month. But I sometimes buy from 7-Eleven. Anyway, with that said, if there's things, right, like, just kind of get them now, or don't have to buy it this month or this week, right? Just in the next 6 to 12 months, maybe if you need to get a new computer. Again, do you really need a new computer, right? But if you got one that's like 15 years old, yeah, you're probably gonna need one, right? The one I'm using here is when I moved into this house 9 years ago. It's still going. It's now, I did buy a bunch of memory for it, so it was a decent computer when I got it. And I just last year, the year before, I updated the video card. So I think I have like 16 gig of RAM, and then I have 12 gig of video card. Yeah, I was like, I'm going to get a video card. I might as well get something that's got, so my video card has almost as much RAM as the computer, but it's still going all right. Every once in a while it gives me a little hang up. But anyway, right, guys? So, yeah, keep your spending down. But yeah, don't panic. I wouldn't be buying too much of anything right now if you don't. Don't worry too much about investing. The job market isn't really all that good. I mean, I'm hearing from work like I fully expect another round of layoffs. They haven't said anything, right? Now that the tariffs are real, Trump told GM, you got a month, right? And GM just pretended like, Joe Biden was the president or something, right? And they didn't do anything, you know. And then all of a sudden, Trump's like, hey man, you had a month. What are you doing? Oh, you know, our CEO went, oh my gosh, like, you had a month. What did you do? Oh, we'll just put it over here. Don't worry about it. Yeah, now they're worried about it. Yeah, we used to have a plant in Lordstown, Ohio, right? And what's ironic is we sold it, and there's some electric company that bought it, right? Well, they went bankrupt, right? And guess what GM's doing? They're building a plant right next to it. What in the hell? There's $5 billion you could have saved, right? Oh, no, but we have to get rid of people, right? Anyway, I'm a little butthurt, I guess, right? But, I tell you, man, these companies, they try to tell you certain things, right? They're like, oh, yeah, we don't have any money. And then it's like, wait a minute, you're blowing all this money here. You're buying your own stock back. Like, what? Anyway, I expect, we have we call it July shutdown, but a lot of our plants go down for either a week or two. It depends on the plant. Our truck plants, they pretty much run 24/7. So I think they're in Flint and Fort Wayne. Those are our two big ones, and then I think the SUV one is down in Arlington, Texas, I believe. But yeah, those plants, like, the line rate's really fast, and they sell really good, and yeah, it definitely keeps the light on for General Motors, right? But so if they're going to get rid of people, it's going to be around that time frame. We did have it wasn't very big. It wasn't announced. But there were some people that go in between, like some in late February before we all got our little bonus, and then some people got their bonuses, and then some people just left the company in March. So they weren't fired, but then they're like, oh, I got my bonus, and then they left. Like, I don't know. I don't know. That's kind of weird from my perspective. Like, if you're going to quit, just quit. I mean, you're still going to get the money, right? It's like, they can't not pay you, right? So, anyway. With that said, guys, that's just to say, do smart things, right? Try not to spend anything if you don't. If you really need it, just make sure you need it, right? And then, like I said, I needed a car, right? And I bought our cheapest car. I've worked there 13 years. 13? No, wait. 12. Sorry, 12. 12 years. 11 direct. Because I was under contract, and I bought our cheapest car after that. So you don't have to maybe go so thrifty as me, right? But that's just to say, right? Like, I could have got something else, but I financed this car, and I'm just like, hey, all right, and I put like, I don't know, like $5,000 down, right? And the car was only like 22,000, right? Or 20 something. I think it was 22, and then taxes and all that stuff, right? So I'm like financing 18, and the interest rate's 5.5. So, and that's for 4 years. So that's not too bad. And I plan on paying it off. Like, I'm gonna probably just essentially double the payments. I'll probably pay it off within 2 years. I could pay it all off right now if I wanted, but that'd be kind of tight for money. So I don't want to do that necessarily if I don't have to, but I have a plan to pay it off. And so yeah, that's just to say, guys, right? Let's be prepared. Let's do smart things, right? And if you can get ahead anywhere, guys, just try it. Just do it. Like, if you don't want to do it, just do it anyway, right? Like, the one thing that I've been doing the last 3 weeks. So I think I told you guys I do like a 24-hour fast, right? Well, now I'm doing a 48-hour fast. So Monday night or Monday dinner, right at 6 o'clock or whatever, that's my last meal. And then I used to go all the way to Tuesday at 6. But this week and the week prior, and I think the week prior before that, so I have 3 weeks. But I know the last 2, right? So I hadn't ate since Monday 6, and I just had for Wednesday, right? that's just something I've been doing, right? I'm trying to do it more for losing weight, get a little bit more. There's some health benefits after 36 hours, but that's kind of what I've been doing. I'm still working on my projects. I got a project downstairs in a basement. I'm trying to clean it up. I got a bunch of stuff I need to kind of either throw away or sell in a garage sale. I hate throwing stuff away, so if I don't sell it in the garage sale, I'll probably, if there's people that want it, I might just be like, yeah, just take it away. And then sometimes you put it on the side of the road, right, and people just pick it up sometimes, right, but some things just stay out there. But anyway. And then I've been working on the garage. It's actually kind of looking pretty good. I moved a whole bunch of stuff around, found some more room, got most of my tools kind of away. I still haven't done the full reorganization, but I have the new toolbox in position. I got some new drawers up. If you guys want to see that, I don't know. I can't really do a live because no one watches the channel, but anyway, that's kind of what I've been doing. I've been, still doing my health stuff. Been actually right now. That's one thing I forgot to tell you guys. I don't know if you guys are seeing like my neck move. I mean, hopefully you guys aren't, but I get like I'm trying to remember what they call it. It's like a little, I don't know. That's like a sticky pad, and then it's got like this little square thing. They call it Enzo. I don't know if you guys know this stuff, but anyway, it's like giving you like, I don't want to say electric shocks, but it's like, it's kind of like a therapeutic. It's not quite like it's not a massage because this isn't. It doesn't hurt, but it's like, yeah. Anyway, but yeah. So I don't know if you guys can see my neck moving around. Like right here, it kind of just like it's like my muscle is contracting because it's doing that. So anyway, what do you guys want to see on the channel? Come on. I want to know what you guys want to talk about. Today was just called Liberation Day, right? But it's more like get your shit in order, guys, right? Buckle down. I'm telling you, buckle down. Like I said earlier, if you don't have to spend your money, don't spend it. If you were gonna get a big ticket item, maybe reconsider. But if it's a big ticket item and you've been needing to replace a car like me, maybe you may want to pull the trigger, right? Again, stay within your budget. I'm very ultra conservative. One of the guys that I listen to, Raymond, he kind of sounded like me, or I sounded like him. I don't know which way you want to do it, right? But he kind of was saying, and it's kind of nice that he has been saying that, and I've been kind of trying to take that to heart a little bit. But I know how I am. My habits are, whether they're good or bad, it's hard to change them, right? Especially when you get older. But one of the things he was like saying is like, hey, he kind of denied himself for so long, and I'm like, yep, that's me here. Like I've been saving and don't spend money if I don't have to. Living like a broke person, even though I work for a really good company and I make pretty good money there, right? So, but yeah, he was like saying, hey, he got sick and tired of driving a beater. I'm like, oh, that's funny because I got my beater. It wasn't a beater in the beginning, but now it is, right? So, and he got his truck, right? And, he doesn't really have any other debts, right? I mean, he's paying a little bit of a mortgage, but he has 2 houses, right? So, like, he's kind of winning, right? He just, he needs to work when he does, and when he gets certain things, then he just has to, he's got to go out there and make some money. But that's just, right? But that's just, spend your money wisely. And then the other thing is like, maybe someone might think it's splurging, right? Don't let that, I'm trying to remember, like, you can't spend your money on everything, right? But like maybe you don't go on vacation, but then you're like, well, if I don't go on vacation, that's fine. But the trade-off is I can have this car that I want, right? Something like that, right? Like you can't have a nice car and go on vacation. I mean, unless you're loaded, right? But that's just to say, right? Just, just reconsider. This is a good time to kind of reconsider your things. And, hey, we can't control what kind of happens. All we can do is we can control how it affects us, right? We allow it to some degree, right? Some things just happen and it's like, all right, But yeah, right, we can try to say, all right, this sucks, right? What are you going to do about it, right? There's some things you can't do about it, but there's things that you can do to lighten the load, or maybe not make it so bad, right? Not to say, hey, keep a positive attitude, right? If things suck and you can be like, yeah, that sucks. Now you can, or you can just let it like ruin your life, or let it stay on your mind, and then all of a sudden you're second guessing, right? But in the same breath, we don't want to have toxic positivity where, like, hey, everything's fine and dunky dory, and I'm deadening my eyeballs or something like that. We don't want that either, right? So, anyway, I'm glad you guys stopped by. I hope you guys stopping by, please. I don't need the money. I mean, it'd be nice, you guys, if you guys want to give me some money. I would only use it for this channel, alright? I would use it to either, like, try to get the name out, or maybe try to... Because I kind of would like to have, like, people on, or at least maybe go on to their show, and then, like, we could have some banter back and forth, right? But, we're a small channel. We're trying to grow, but we're not growing somehow. And we're not really getting views, right? So that's really hard to kind of stay motivated, right? It's like, well, why am I making a video and no one's watching it? And there's 2 views, and one of them is me watching myself. So, alright, with that said, guys, 20 minutes, 21. Oh, hey, that's pretty cool. That's, what's that word? Yeah, I'm half hillbilly, so I can't talk. Anyway, what time is it? We gotta wrap it up. So with that said, thanks for stopping by. I will try to get a video out more frequently, but it really does go a long way for me if you guys actually view it. You don't have to make any comments if you don't want, but by all means, if you guys got something to say, if you guys need help, I don't want to say I'm giving advice, right? I'm not giving financial advice or anything like that, but especially when it comes to, like, what the hell to do in today's world. I mean, I don't have all the answers, right? I've just, I've known what has worked in my life previously, right? And, like, like right now, it's kind of a crazy time, so... don't worry too much. I mean, we all worry, I don't know. It's kind of like one of those things, like, what are we here to do? I don't know. We're still figuring it out, right? And that's okay, all right? Well, with that said, have a good day. Tell the man he's doing a good job. It's gonna hurt, all right? I mean, the band, we gotta rip the damn Band-Aid off, right? But... Just buckle down. Don't worry. Good things are happening, but, rough times ahead, right? So be prepared, but, what's that saying is? It's always darkest before the dawn. That's where we're headed right now. We're going into the dark hour, right? So, hey man, we're here. Even if you don't like the guy, see the flag back there? The flag right there. That's just a flag, right? But it's the spirit, right? The spirit that's within us, right? We're not just this flesh. We are, whatever you want to say, right? We're not just meat puppets, right? We have free will. And it's important that we all have free will, not just here in this country, but just as living souls, all right? So, hey, man, it's always a struggle between good and evil, right? I know what side I'm on, and I hope some of you guys are on too, all right? With that, good night.